Alright, let's talk practical firepower. When your get-home bag is already bursting with chow, water, and your trauma kit, every cubic inch and every ounce counts. But flip that coin, and when some lowlife decides your front door is an optional barrier at 2 o'clock in the morning, sheer stopping power is king. You don't always get to dictate the terms of engagement, but you damn sure get to choose your equalizer. So in 2025, what firearms are compact enough to vanish into a pack yet formidable enough to make a home invader seriously regret their life choices? That's what we're diving into, the smallest yet most decisively lethal options for your bug-out bag and your Castle Doctrine defense. We're talking everything from semi-auto shorty shotguns and AR platform rifles that fold up tighter than origami, to subguns you could practically tape under a truck seat. These are the tools that deliver an outsized punch without bogging you down. If you're aiming to assemble the ideal toolkit for hitting the road or holding the fort, this lineup is where your search ends. Let's get to it. Axer Arms PF 12 Gauge. A bug-out bag only truly earns a shotgun if that scattergun can practically disappear when you need space for H2O, a fire starting kit, and your medical gear. The Turkish import Axer Arms PF 12 Gauge pulls off this magic trick. Tug back that rear sight, and the whole 12-gauge pump-action firearm folds neatly in half, slimming down into a rectangular package that'll slide right next to a hydration reservoir or tuck under a vehicle seat. Swing that stock back into battery, and you're looking at a full 18.5-inch barrel, threaded for your favorite mobile chokes, topped with a fiber-optic front bead, and a receiver made of fiber-reinforced nylon polymer that just laughs off rain and mud. Tipping the scales at 6.5 pounds empty, this boomstick won't be a drag on your shoulders during a long march out of Dodge. Yet, it still unleashes the kind of buckshot spread that'll make an unwelcome guest do a rapid two-step backward in your hallway. The price tag? That'll make any budget-conscious prepper grin, usually around $399.95. That friendly entry point leaves cash for extra shells or a weapon-mounted light to clamp under the barrel once it's unfolded. Reliability gets a big thumbs up in the survival community. Owners report buttery smooth cycling with birdshot during defensive drills at camp, and zero drama when switching to 3-inch Magnum buck for those what-if scenarios in the living room. Kel-Tec SU-16A. Some rifles just want to be carbines. The Kel-Tec SU-16A? That thing wants to be a Swiss Army knife that happens to fire bullets. Kel-Tec ingeniously molded the receiver and stock from a high-impact polymer, keeping only the barrel and bolt carrier group as steel, and cooked up a 5-pound carbine that feels more like a trekking pole when lashed to a pack. The engineers incorporated a slick hinge just forward of the stock, so the whole rifle folds almost perfectly in half, nestling that 18.5-inch barrel alongside the buttstock, shrinking the overall length enough to ride incognito in something like a tennis racket bag. Even slicker, that fore end splits open to become a functional bipod. Drop prone behind some cover, spread those legs, and the 223 Remington /5.56 NATO chambering lets you reach out and touch small game or not-so-friendly targets out to 200 yards without breaking a sweat. Back inside your house, that same barrel length ensures full-velocity fragmentation with standard M193 ball, so the SU-16A never trades effectiveness for its compact form. Storage is also well thought out. 2 10-round magazines, or a single 20 or 30-rounder, snap securely into recesses within the buttstock, so your ammo is always married to the rifle. Manufacturer's suggested retail price is listed at $575, but sharp-eyed bargain hunters frequently snag them for under $400. Those savings will easily cover a good sling and a red for quick target acquisition in close quarters. Smith & Wesson Military and Police Folding Pistol Carbine. Smith & Wesson dedicated decades to perfecting their MNP pistol series. Then their engineers got to thinking, just how compact could they make a 9mm carbine without gutting its accuracy? The fruit of that labor is the MNP FPC, Folding Pistol Carbine. The entire barrel and receiver assembly ingeniously pivots a full 90 degrees to lie flat against the stock, slashing the overall length down to dimensions that'll fit in most travel bags and creating a profile skinnier than a lot of laptop sleeves. Unfolding it is a one-latch affair, and the carbine locks up rock-solid thanks to a seriously beefy hinge that refuses to let your zero wander. So the optic you sighted in on Sunday is still dead on come Friday. The FPC happily devours standard double-stack MNP pistol magazines, and 2 spare mags cleverly clip into the buffer tube channel right under the cheek rest. That means 30 plus extra rounds are riding on the gun, no extra pouches needed. A threaded muzzle welcomes suppressors or linear compensators, and a full-length Picatinny rail is ready for anything from backup iron sights to night vision-capable red dots, absolutely crucial for navigating those dark home corridors at 2 in the morning. Recoil is a pussycat. The blowback bolt practically eliminates muzzle rise, keeping your follow-up shots nice and flat, whether you're deploying it in a tight hallway or from behind a tree stump during a hasty bug-out. Priced at $699, the FPC lands squarely in the affordable and highly practical zone. Kel-Tec Sub 2000. The Kel-Tec Sub 2000 practically wrote the book on folding pistol-caliber carbines. It became a legend because it literally folds in half right at the breech, bending the barrel completely back over the stock until the front and rear sights are practically kissing. In that folded state, the carbine measures just a smidge over 16 inches, slips into any unassuming daypack, and weighs only a hair over 4 pounds. This particular one we're looking at is chambered in 40 Smith & Wesson, so it's launching heavier pills than your common 9mm, giving you a bit more oomph when you need to punch through autoglass or an attacker's heavy winter coat. The awesome part is its magazine compatibility. Depending on the model, it'll take Glock 22, Beretta 96, or SIG P226 magazines. That means scrounging for ammo during a period of civil unrest gets a whole lot easier, and those 33-round happy sticks keep interruptions during guard duty to an absolute minimum. You can usually find these on the street for around $500, which gets you a rifle that folds down to nothing, delivers ballistics similar to many service pistols, but with the added benefits of a carbine sight radius and increased velocity. The polymer furniture couldn't care less about moisture, the steel guts handle plus P loads just fine, and the simple blowback design runs reliably with minimal upkeep, a critical feature when gun oil and spare parts might be hard to come by on the road. Down an apartment hallway, the Sub 2000 shoulders in a flash, clears door frames without snagging, and can put controlled pairs on target before a pump-action shotgun has even chambered its second round. Out in the wilderness, it tucks away under a jacket while you're scouting a trail. FNPS 90. The FNPS 90 looks like it beamed down from a spaceship until you actually shoulder it and realize the engineers at FN Herstal built a highly specialized, purpose-driven defensive tool. Its bullpup design shoves the action and that massive 50-round top-mounted magazine well behind the trigger. This means the overall length is a mere 26.23 inches, while the barrel remains a legally compliant 16 inches for a full powder burn. Chambered in the zippy 5.7 by 28mm cartridge, it sends lightweight projectiles downrange at screaming velocities, generating around 290 foot-pounds of energy that induce violent yawing upon impact. Coming in at $1,949 direct from FN, the PS90 is certainly pricier than a pump-action shotgun. However, that ticket buys you some very unique capabilities: fully ambidextrous charging handles, downward brass ejection, which keeps hot brass out of your face, regardless of which shoulder you're using, and the ability to address multiple threats without even thinking about a reload. Stashed in a bug-out vehicle, the PS90 can ride discreetly between the seat and the center console, ready to be brought into action the moment a roadblock materializes. Inside the confines of your home, the muzzle stays exceptionally short, so a bad guy won't get a warning by spotting your barrel poking around a corner first. Slap a compact optic on that 20-slot top rail, and you've got both daytime speed and low-light precision. The PS90 proves that futuristic doesn't equate to fragile. It means intelligently engineered for those tight spots where compactness and serious capacity absolutely have to dance together. PTR-9KT. Precision Target Rifle Industries, or PTR, took the legendary roller-delayed blowback system from the H&AMP, KMP5K and meticulously re-engineered it right here in South Carolina, using all-American steel. The resulting PTR-9KT shrinks down to an overall length of just 13.38 inches. Yet, its 5.16-inch barrel still keeps 9mm velocities, well above what you'd get from a standard pistol. For $1,889, you're investing in top-notch workmanship, an action that cycles so smoothly it barely registers on your shoulder, a welded MLOK handguard ready for your favorite white light, and a classic paddle magazine release that'll drop empty mags even when adrenaline has your fine motor skills doing the cha-cha. The blowback operation makes cleaning a breeze. Run a bore snake through it, give the bolt a quick wipe, and it's good for another 1,000 rounds. For bug-out duty, This little guy can ride comfortably in a messenger bag or in that often-in-use space beneath a truck's bench seat. Snap on a pistol brace or a good sling, and the 9KT becomes an incredibly stable two-point weapon system that will turn groups at typical hallway distances into ragged, one-hole clusters. Indoors, that compact muzzle means lightning-fast transitions from a bedroom doorway to a stair landing, while that roller-delayed system tames muzzle rise so effectively you can deliver rapid controlled pairs or triples without your red ever leaving the target's vital zone. APC 9K Pro. Those Swiss engineers over at Brugger and Thomet, or B&Amp, T, have this uncanny habit of refining every single component until there's absolutely nothing left to rattle or bind. The APC 9K Pro is the poster child for that philosophy. With its brace extended, the overall length is a tidy 22.5 inches, yet the barrel itself is only 4.3 inches long. This keeps the center of mass incredibly compact for close quarters work, while still providing ample stabilization for 9mm rounds. The closed bolt blowback system is silky smooth, and there's a hydraulic buffer tucked away inside the receiver that just soaks up felt recoil until your double taps are practically landing on top of each other on paper. At $2,450, the APC 9K is undeniably a premium choice, but that price gets you a weapon that demands virtually no aftermarket tuning. Picatinny rails at the 12, 3, 6, and 9 o'clock positions are ready for any accessories you can dream up, and B&Amp, T-Zone magazines feed with boring reliability, even after being dragged through mud during training drills. You can tuck this firearm under a coat while making a discreet exit from urban unrest, unfold the brace, and you instantly regain rifle-like control in a package that's shorter than a Louisville Slugger. Home defenders will appreciate how the bolt locks open on an empty magazine, giving instant visual confirmation before a tactical reload, and how the effective flash hider keeps muzzle flare from blinding you in low-light conditions. Durability testing shows this Swiss-built frame just shrugs off drops, and its corrosion-resistant coatings mean long-term storage inside a bug-out barrel or safe is a complete non-issue. Mossberg 590S Shockwave. Very few firearms project close-range authority quite like a 12-gauge shotgun, and Mossberg has masterfully condensed that authority into a legally compact package without wading into National Firearms Act territory. The Mossberg 590S Shockwave sports a barrel trimmed down to 14.5 inches and an overall length of just 26.4 inches. Yet, thanks to that S designation, it'll reliably feed everything from those little mini shells all the way up to full-power 3-inch magnums. With a standard capacity of 5+1, if you load it up with 1 3/4-inch mini shells, you can effectively double your payload to 10+1, all with recoil that barely nudges your wrist. The signature Raptor bird's head grip naturally aligns your wrist to mitigate muzzle flip, while the forend strap ensures your support hand stays safely behind the muzzle, even when adrenaline is pumping. For roughly $731, you're getting Mossberg's proven action bars and twin extractors, features that law enforcement agencies have staked their lives on for decades. For bug-out transport, the Shockwave lies flat against a pack frame or tucks neatly behind a vehicle seat, ready for anything from deterring a roadblock threat to handling a wildlife emergency. Inside your home, that stubby muzzle swings through doorways without snagging on drywall corners, delivering devastating patterns of federal flight control buckshot that stay tight even from that short tube. Remington V3 TAC-13. Remington's renowned Versamax gas system finally achieves true compact form in the V3 TAC-13. This semi-automatic 12-gauge features a 13-inch barrel and an overall length of 26.5 inches. The magic here is its self-regulating piston, which automatically adjusts the gas ports to reliably cycle anything from light 2 3/4-inch birdshot to hard-hitting 3-inch buckshot. Recoil that would normally leave your shoulder bruised is tamed into a firm, manageable push, allowing even smaller-statured shooters to stay on target and deliver rapid follow-up shots. Capacity is 5+1. And Remington tops the barrel with a vent rib bead sight for instinctive aiming in narrow hallways. A Raptor-style grip works in conjunction with an adjustable forend strap for secure weapon retention. For around $1,200, you're investing in a level of smooth, fast cycling that pump-action shotguns simply can't replicate, absolutely crucial when stress levels are through the roof and fine motor skills deteriorate. In a bug-out situation, the TAC-13 can ride alongside a sleeping bag without any worries about snagging a charging handle. Just thumb off the safety and press the trigger to send lead down range. The gas system also runs cleaner than inertia-driven designs, reducing the need for frequent maintenance when cleaning solvents might be in short supply at your bug-out location. For home defense, the TC13's shorter overall length can shave precious seconds when maneuvering around corners, and every follow-up shot arrives before an aggressor can close the distance. Its reliability, manageable recoil, and semi-auto speed firmly earn it a silver medal in this particular compact firepower countdown. Fold AR Double Fold. The absolute pinnacle of compactness blended with genuine battle rifle performance can be found in the Fold AR Double Fold. The engineers behind this marvel didn't just stop with a folding stock, they ingeniously built a second hinge right at the barrel extension. This allows both the rifle's barrel section and the stock to fold towards each other until the overall length shrinks to an incredible 10.75 inches, a package shorter than many full-size duty handguns. Even more impressively, the Dead Foot Arms modified cycle system allows this rifle to be fired even while the stock remains folded, dropping your deployment time to the blink of an eye it takes to sweep the safety. Caliber options include 5.56 NATO for extended reach, 300 Blackout for those who appreciate suppressor-friendly subsonic rounds, and 223 Wild for shooters seeking hybrid precision. All these rounds are stabilized by a design that, thanks to the patented SHUT hinge, reliably returns to zero, shot after shot. At $2,399, the price certainly commands attention, but the value proposition becomes crystal clear the moment you slide a full-power rifle into something as discreet as a hydration carrier pouch or a motorcycle saddlebag. Inside your home, the folded weapon can be pressed tight to your body as you pie a doorway. Unfold the barrel in an instant if the distance opens up down a long hallway, or keep it compact and continue engaging during a close-quarters rush. Magazines are interchangeable with any standard AR pattern rifle, ensuring universal logistics should supply lines become strained. Aircraft-grade aluminum receivers, an MLOK handguard, and mil-spec controls complete a system that's built for hard miles and even harder fights. Survivalists particularly praise how this design facilitates continuous, discreet carry in ordinary-looking packs that never scream gun, thereby preserving the crucial gray man anonymity during an evacuation. And that, my friends, is a wrap on these compact powerhouses. Which of these firearms would you stake your life on in a genuine SHTF scenario? Do you already have one of these in your arsenal, or are you thinking about adding one to the collection? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. And if this video helped you narrow down your choices, do me a favor and hit that like button, share it with your fellow preppers, and be sure to subscribe for more content like this. Don't forget to ring that notification bell, because being prepared starts right now.